You know,
That's true.
Joe and Phil, I'm glad that you're here.
Cool, thanks, man.
I'm glad we're not talking about incest anymore.
Well, it brings up a lot of memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you are dealing with Jim and I.
Are queers.
No, not both. We're Jim's a comedian. We're both radio show hosts. But what you might not know is, as of Sunday night, we are bar experts.
Bar experts.
Experts at bars.
Really?
Did you know that?
I know this is all news to me.
Now, I've never drank.
Really?
And I quit when I was 18.
Right. Also, I'm picky about what I eat,
Yeah.
and Jim really only likes fancy restaurants.
Yeah, I'm a gentleman with refined taste.
Right.
Yeah, same.
However, we became bar experts
Yep.
because John Taffer called us, and he said,
Johnny.
from Bar Rescue.
Yeah, I love John Taffer.
And he said, hey, Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, I want you guys to be the secret spies on an episode of Bar Rescue.
Well, he's a man of his word. We had interviewed him a lot, and when in L.A., I think he promised that. He goes, I'm going to get you guys on. And he just said that to us off mic or
because
whatever.
we love the show.
And
Yeah,
it
I love
happened.
this show.
Yeah.
And he did it.
And it happened. He said, come out to Florida.
To Tampa.
Really?
To Tampa. We're flying you out. We want you to be like the secret guys that go into this bar.
This
Whoa,
is
free
great.
trip to Tampa.
Exactly.
It's pretty sweet.
But won't you get? What if you're recognized? What if you walk in?
Well, it's okay.
Well,
and
yeah, there is a great danger, obviously.
No, I got people.
It's okay. Jim actually was recognized. And because we were also on like Mike Calta's show that morning, it's okay because it's okay for people to know that you're in town and just going to the bar. They just can't know that you're part of the show.
But they knew because all the cameras are pointing, and a couple of people might have suspected, but some of them.
It's very interesting how they do it because I always wondered how they do it, and they film at the bar for 24 hours at least.
Cameras are just going constantly.
Yeah.
Some customers are pissed. They're like, I just want to drink out of these goddamn cameras. A lot of customers are annoyed, yeah.
Like they have all the lights up, they have all the TVs off, they have cameramen in there,
Uh-huh.
and they just stay there for like 2 days before Taffer walks in. And they tell all the bars, we don't know if we're going to do the show or not. We're going to just get some footage here, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. And their theory is, and it's obviously worked, is that you leave the cameras in for 2, sometimes 3 days, and after the first however many hours, people start acting like themselves in front of the camera, and that's when you can start to get some footage.
Right, yeah.
So they position like secret cams in the kitchen. They have cams in the bar. They have cameramen walking around, and you do forget about them.
I guess you get used to it very quickly. Like you just forget the cameras are there. I mean, they're just regular people, so they have to be aware of it. But then you just start doing your shit. Like I'm just serving drinks, people just drinking.
Yeah.
The cigarettes were the worst part of that place. For
It was
me.
a smoking bar.
And I'm not used to being in places with cigarettes. It's fucking gross.
it's been a long time.
But they go like when you go in, when Jim and I went in and we just went up to the bar to order, like it didn't feel like a TV show. It felt like it was being filmed,
Right.
but it didn't feel choreographed.
We
you know
knew
what I
we
mean?
had to order, but we had to get a certain amount of food just to see the way it was. And they
Yeah.
watch it being prepared on a monitor, and like they're in a van, and there's cameras in the. And I didn't want to.
But we get there.
No.
We get there and we talked to the producers like literally right before we went in. We didn't told them that we don't drink.
Yeah, we figured that would have canceled the airfare.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we wanted to do the show because we like the show so
Absolutely.
much.
And Tampa.
And Tampa is like, how often you get a free trip to Tampa?
Sure.
So when we got there, they were like, okay, here's some options you could order, like, some of the stuff we were thinking, just do whatever you want, but here's what we're thinking. And Jim goes, I'm sober.
Yeah, I don't drink.
And you should he's like, no, I've been sober since I'm 18. Like I'm in recovery. And like the producers are just like, okay. Like it really threw them for a loop. And they got on their earpiece. They're like, what are we going to do here? Blah, blah, blah. They're trying to figure out the next plan. And they looked at me and they were like, but you drink, right? And I went, yeah.
Wow, so this is your first drink?
Of course I do.
Have you ever had a drink of alcohol?
Yeah. Well, I drank at Opie's wedding. I drank beer out of a shoe
Okay.
because I guess it was a tradition. But other than that, no. Oh, except Guy Fieri squirted vodka in my mouth. That
That's
piece
right.
of shit.
I remember how mad you were.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
See,
Yeah.
it tastes better when it's not from shoe.
Well, yeah, that's what I found out. That
a
was
bottle.
that was gonna be my test.
Yeah.
And so, but I was like, yeah, I fucking what? I'm like, what? I'm a dude, man.
Drunk right now.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get fucked.
Yeah,
Oh.
let's get some brews.
Right. Apparently, I might have pronounced the name of the beer incorrectly because I wasn't. I let my it was my tell.
And they edited me because I asked for a virgin Bloody Mary. But it doesn't sound like I said that.
No, it just says Bloody Mary. I actually had like a comment. Somebody left me a comment on Instagram going like, way to go, you enabling fuckface. You let your co-host drink for the first time since he was 18.
I was probably kidding. Was the guy serious?
He seemed really upset.
Oh,
and I just
no.
responded to him, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You're television. It's a television show, you idiot. But it was, like, I was struck when I was there by how not fake it was. Like, when Taffer actually walked in
Yeah.
and the thing just started
There's
and now
no
we're doing
rehearsal.
the show,
It's just happening.
I was like, whoa, like, this is, and people are legit pissed. Like, it's real. Taffer's legit doing, like, they really didn't expect things to happen. People, you could see it in their faces.
They were
They're,
furious at us for being there. They thought we
hated
were
us.
shitting on their local bar.
yeah.
Yeah, the customers were not in on it. Like it was legitimately an inconvenience to them. They were irritated. It is real. I mean, as far as what he's doing there.
Yeah,
So
it's,
the bar
it's
was
real.
Was it already successful? I mean, do you need a rescue? And
It was not doing that well. The food there was problems with. It was a smoking place. I guess they weren't making the money they wanted to make.
Yeah, it was not.
It's like in
yeah.
a mini mall.
Right. They were not doing well.
How intimidating is he? Because I see him come in and he gets in people's faces, like bar owners, like some of the
And
dudes
he's a
are
big,
pretty
loud guy,
badass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he does it so much. Like, I can't believe the balls on this guy that he's not afraid of getting hit.
Yeah.
He walks in and he does it so much. Like, there was stuff I saw that didn't make the show. Like, him just yelling at people, going like he just meets him for the first time and he starts yelling at the bartender. It wasn't even on the show.
He takes control immediately, and there's something about his energy, and you do know that he knows what he's
He's
doing
got his
because that's
chest
what he
out,
does.
his chin up.
He's the host, and his job is to fix this. So automatically he's in a position of power because you know why he's there, and you volunteered for it. But he really is fucking. He just takes over, and people just like they let him be the boss. He's very bossy energy, very controlling energy.
did the staff volunteer? Or did they not want to lose their jobs?
I don't know. That I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
Did they say, well, you can't work these hours if you don't want to? You're not okay with the cameras being there.
I mean, they tell the staff, like,
Sure,
they're
they
all
have to.
aware. So, I don't know for sure. I mean, but they know what they're getting into.
Because some of the staff, you watch those shows, you're like, whoa, that is the biggest jackass I've ever met in my life. It's always like
Yeah.
one of those flair bartenders, and he's got like, like a mohawk and.
Like, I think a part that wasn't on the show was I ordered.
When I
like,
got my dick sucked.
yeah, they didn't leave that in. Yeah, just this the hottest chick you ever saw, man.
I
Just
thought-
got onto the bar and she was like, "Holy shit, Jim Norton, let
Yeah.
me suck it."
I thought Sam was like, that's why I normally don't drink.
Yeah, I got a little crazy.
Anyway.
That's why you go to Tampa though.
Yeah,
But
Good
like,
girls.
I ordered some sandwich or whatever, and
Do you order a Reuben?
I think so.
Greasy fucking Reuben.
Yeah.
It's
But
delicious.
I talked to the bartender. And I was like, "Hey, I ordered this," and he was like, "Oh, I don't like it." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I mean," he's like, "I guess a lot of people order it, but I don't like it." And I go, "Should I order something else?" And he goes, "No, people like it." And so when Taffer came in with the owner,
Yeah.
like 15 minutes later, he was like, "What'd you order?" And I was like, "Oh, this is so and so." The bartender told me he didn't like it. Like, just ratted him out. And then he calls over the bartender. He starts yelling at him. But there was so much yelling, it didn't even make Final Cut.
And he's going
Oh,
through
really?
so much of
Yeah.
the food. He's just picking the food up and handling it like it's. He literally. It was the way somebody would peel shit off their shoe. The way he was handling the food. He was so disgusted, and he was right.
He was.
The food was awful.
You want to watch some of this?
I hate it, but I will.
It's only like 3 minutes. That's the whole
I
appearance.
love
is
this
like,
show, and I'm so excited to see you guys on it.
you know what part I'm talking about, right? The way the show works is
I haven't watched it.
that there's hidden
Really?
there's hidden cameras or there's cameras in the bar. Taffer's not in.
Yeah.
Taffer sends in Jim and myself. We sit at the bar and we order our food and we order our drinks and whatnot. While we're ordering food, Taffer and his chef and his bartender, mixologist, are sitting
In a van.
in a truck around back. So they don't know that the truck is there. We never saw the truck. But the truck is around back and they're watching live on a monitor so they can comment on what's going on with Jim and myself. And then when Taffer feels right, he gets it. I'm going to go in there. This has to stop. And he gets out of the van and he walks into the bar. And then the show starts. And
That's
Jim and I are
wild.
just
And they film us. Like we do, like, you cheat certain things. And our walk-in was shot after. So after we go through this whole thing, then they have to film us walking in. We had to do like 1 or 2 walk-ins. And the fucking people hated us.
So,
Because
like-
by then they knew we were a part of the show, and they saw their guy getting yelled at, or the woman, and they were heckling us. One woman we were doing like these, like to camera confessionals after. The woman was heckling us leave. It's our fucking bar. Like, oh, they were so angry.
It was so awkward. Luckily, like, we've watched the show, so we know when our part is done.
Yeah.
Because nobody told us our part was done. We just sat there and we like kind of ate our food. And then Taffer came in, and we told Taffer how disgusting everything was and how awful a bartender
It
was.
wasn't. I mean, the stuff was stale.
Right. Well, no. Here was Jim's issue.
It just didn't taste fresh.
I love it.
But like Taffer comes in, everybody realizes, the jig is up. Like these guys are not here to enjoy our bar.
This
These guys
giant
are-
celebrity is not actually here for no reason.
Yeah. It felt like the salsa commercial where everybody goes, New York City. Like they were pissed.
I love the idea of heckling someone that's trying to make your bar better.
Right.
Hey, stop trying to fix this. We want it to be bad.
I like it the way it is.
Well, that was what it was. I mean, it was just fucking gross. I can't eat when people are smoking. Like, I'm not used to people fucking smoking. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But Taffer leaves with the owner, and Jim and I are just sitting there
Like
after that.
dicks.
Like we're just sitting there,
After all this, and then you're just stuck.
and they
in
just
the-
left
And now
us.
we have to leave.
And I was like, I just looked at Jim. I was like, dude, let's get out of here. This is not good. Everybody's looking at us and
Yeah.
glaring at us. So we just put money down on the table to pay for everything, and just walked out. But then, like an hour later, we're just hanging out in the production room or whatever, which is a store right next door because it's in a strip mall. And like an hour later, we have to film the walk-ins, like Jim said. So we walked back into the bar, and as soon as we walked into the bar, oh, there they are again to shit on our bar. Fuck you.
They hated our guts.
Oh man.
That's like when I walk into a comedy club.
And we were in the parking lot doing interviews that they didn't even use, which I thought were the funniest things that we did, because we're talking about the good things and the bad things in the bar. And like at one point, Jim goes, the clientele was not good. The clientele was some of the worst I've ever seen. And there's a woman who's sitting on a bench,
Yeah, she heard
like
it.
way far away from us. And she's just on a bench as we're filming going, fuck you, dickheads!
Yeah, she was none too pleased with my analysis of the shitty people.
She might just always sit on that bench and shout that, though.
That's
Probably does,
true.
Tampa.
No matter what camera crew's there.
But I had so much fun doing it.
Me
And
too.
I thought it was so funny when they got pissed at us.
I enjoyed the gig. It was fun to be down there just doing something that I would normally not do. I would do
Yeah.
it again. I don't know if you'd have us again. But
It was amazing, though, watching how pissed people get. Because once it all got started, people started fighting with each other. One person left the bar. Like, it was real. It was legit.
It's a fascinating show. It's I'm like so curious when you guys did it. It's great.
Do you want to ask questions as we go? We'll watch it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
wanna
you guys
see
are
it.
here for this. Jim, aren't you glad that we have more comedians in the studio to watch us on Bar Rescue?
Yeah, the only time I saw this was in a comedy club. But they did Stand Up Scottsdale.
Yes. Do you see that?
Oh, I seen that one.
We'd all played that club, and the owner was quite a character. And then they did the redemption. You guys might be brought back for the redemption episode.
Oh, I hope so.
if there is one,
Well,
we'll have to see.
do you want a spoiler?
Nope, I don't.
Well, we're not going to play the whole episode.
No, I still want to find out the end. You can tell me at the end.
Okay, I'll tell you at the end. Let's start with, we're just going to do our stuff. So let's start with clip number 2, Troy. And we'll start and stop this a lot.
I hate the way my shirt blouses out when I walk in.
You've already seen it?
Yeah, I've seen that. I hate the way my shirt is. I hate watching myself walk.
So there's Jim and I in our Tampa. People did pick up on the fact they were like, Sam, you're in fucking Tampa, Florida. You need a flannel shirt and a leather jacket in Tampa.
I noticed that right out of the gate.
That's
I
weather.
think we were mic'd.
It's August. It's a cool 95.
Yeah.
I just wanted to look cool.
Yeah.
I thought,
Fashion, not function.
exactly.
I think it was also to mic us though, right? We did have wireless.
Yeah, but I didn't need to wear a leather jacket and a flannel shirt.
No, you didn't.
You were on a
You look
sting
dope.
operation, though.
Exactly. You think I look cool, Troy?
I think you look dope.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's what I was
Like an
going
out
for.
of place fool.
So for recon,
I wanted to bring in some friends of mine who know bars.
Okay, pause already. I mean, this is just. I wanted to bring in some friends of mine who know John.
But they weren't available, so these two assholes did it for airfare.
Oh, nice matching purple T-shirts too.
That's true.
It wasn't intentional, but you're right.
I have been at bars. Okay, I know.
Yeah.
I know bars. I go to bars sometimes.
Use the washroom or
Right.
whatever.
Drink
Yeah.
some shoe beer.
You know, I went to 2 bars while I was in Tampa over the weekend.
Oh, really?
And I could tell the club soda at one was flatter than at the other. So
These
for
are all
me,
things you gotta
yeah.
take up with Taffer.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Troy, why don't we rewind a little bit?
So for Recon, I wanted to bring in some friends of mine who know bars. Jim and Sam. They're 2 of the biggest stars on Sirius Radio. These guys have millions of followers.
Yeah,
They'll give us a great
baby.
evaluation of this bar.
Millions. Although, last names wouldn't have hurt.
That would have been helpful
Jim and Sam.
on Sirius.
But
Look at my head on camera. Awful.
I think it looks good.
Doesn't.
The first shot, you guys look great. You do look like people that go to bars frequently.
We do. We look
Right?
like experts almost. Like these guys drink.
Look at us just both hunched over the bar like, just a couple of guys. This is what we do when we
a
come
couple
in.
after
Home
work.
sweet home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sweet home.
Just out at the local watering hole.
Yeah.
Some people were curious where John got the information that we have millions of people who listen to our show. I informed him of that.
That would be from us.
Yeah, yeah.
Although this is how fucking stupid I am. I'm guessing they cut this out.
They did, and we've been talking about this since we did it, and we've never actually told the story.
John Taffer was talking to us. We were sitting there when they were talking to the woman, and he goes, so, and you guys are on Sirius. How many people do you have listening? And I'm like, well, actually, they don't tell us because, they don't want to give. I gave him a real answer, and Sam's like, just millions. We have millions.
Yeah,
So
here's what
stupid.
Taffer comes over with a lady, and he's
so
like,
dumb.
He's like, these are my friends Jim and Sam. They have one of the most popular shows. How many people listen to your show? And that's where Jim goes, they don't tell us.
I know.
I say shit like that.
They
too.
told us the truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I leaned over to him and I said, there's 30 million subscribers, and we're the #1 show on the platform.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, that was where Sam's fucking WWE thinking came into play, and he was not wrong.
we're selling, baby. We're selling.
Just look at how many people are criticizing Joe and Phil on Instagram right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I go, we're #1 show. Howard Stern's like, with the number.
Not counting Howard Stern.
I go, no, I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
he was
sure we're bigger.
2, and then Sway's behind him.
Yeah. It goes Jim and Sam, Howard, Sway.
Yep.
And then, I don't know, Andy
Everyone
Cohen
else.
somewhere. Yeah. I don't know. Dan Rather. I don't know who else has a show here.
No, this is the Dan Rather show.
No, they don't.
Joe?
It's over for
Come in
him.
here and fucking
I'd
promote.
rather I enjoy it.
Do you? I'm sure it's good.
Just
We had him on once. I'd love to interview him again. He's a really interesting guy.
He is.
He was the first one to see the Zapruder film.
wow.
After Abraham Zapruder, of course.
Little Dan Rather trivia.
Yep.
Let's go back to it.
What are you guys drinking?
Bloody Mary.
Not a problem. Absolutely.
Do you have like a amberback?
Okay, so apparently I found out later that's not the name of that beer.
Hammerback?
Amberbach?
That's it. That's how you would pronounce that.
What did you call it?
I went like this. You have amberback?
Amberback.
That's right in Canada.
You see me shrugging when I said it too?
Yeah, amberback.
That's acting.
That'd be like offering a Millet instead of a Miller.
I'll get him away. I don't know that beer, though. Why did you pick an obscure...
I think they told him to.
Oh, did
They
they?
suggested that was one of the ones you could pick, and I was going like this in my head.
Amberjack.
I was going in my head. I was like, amberback, amberback, amberback.
Oh, amberback.
Amberback, amberback, amberback. Then he was like, what do you want? I was like, I don't know. Amberback. Keep rewinding, Troy.
Rewind back.
Yeah, keep when we...
What are you guys drinking?
Bloody Mary.
Not a problem. Absolutely.
Do you have like a amberback?
Yes.
That would be great.
On draft?
And water,
That's
yeah.
all I have.
yeah, so that works.
Good?
Great, man.
Look at the size of that glass for a Bloody Mary. That's going to hold about 2.5 ounces of Bloody Mary mix. Typically, that would be in a taller glass.
This is burning my throat. This is awful. No.
Hey,
It
you
was.
have a beer?
I was just being truthful.
Yeah, it's burning your throat.
It hurt my throat.
Yeah. I like that he when I said I'll have a amberback and he looked at me funny, I was like, oh, I wonder if he knows that like I shouldn't be ordering that. But now that people told me, I think it was probably because he was thinking that's not how that word is said.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
said, why are you acting casual
Yeah.
about that? You clearly said
Yeah.
it wrong. You sound like the kid in Can't Hardly Wait right now.
Oh yeah, nice. Rub it off with your finger.
I didn't know he did that.
Built-in windshield wiper.
Ew, by the way, nice sip, Dick.
What?
Go look at that fucking sip.
I had
Like
a-
Queen Elizabeth sip.
That's me having
having a beer and
it's having
unwinding.
It's not a sip, Jim. It's a swig.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Most people's first beer isn't televised.
What a dainty
What do
sip.
you mean? That's a swig of beer for the working man.
Man, let's see this. Let's see regular Joe.
Don't say sip. Say swig.
Yeah, let's see Sam take a nice swig of beer.
I'm a chugger.
Windshield wiper.
Look at this. Oh my God! You touched your lips to it.
I did.
If I did that, it wouldn't have been a relapse. That's how little you drank.
Your sponsor would have been like, "Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's
what
cool.
are you calling me for?"
Yeah, exactly. It was lip balm.
You call this Amberback?
Usually flat.
I got you. Once you get a few drinks in you, anything tastes fun. Maybe that should be the strategy coming here. You slam a few down as soon as you get here, then everything's fine.
Doreen.
Look at that. That's my line from the show.
What?
Slam a few drinks in, then everything's fine. And it's like, I knew when I was saying it, I'm being critical of the bar. They're going to leave that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Side of the bar, oblivious to the fact that her business is going down the tubes right before her eyes, and she doesn't even know it.
Yeah, let me get a classic burger.
How do you want it cooked?
Medium.
So we'll try the Reuben, and then let's also get the beef on wet.
So their food order is in. I'm going to time this.
That's just my typical bar order. I get a Reuben and a beef on weck. That's just, people were like,
Well, the beef is the one they all said was very good.
you eat chicken fingers. Yeah, the beef on weck was the one, that was like their specialty.
That was the one.
Oh, really?
That was the crowd favorite.
What's
That's-
a weck?
I don't know.
It's like a, I think it's like a wedge. I don't know what it is. But I was like, that was the house specialty. And that's the one that the bartender was like, I don't like it.
Oh, really?
And it was like, oh.
Yeah, he's critical of the house specialty.
The beef on weck. A
I
beef
like
on
the-
weck, it's a sandwich primarily found in western New York State, not Tampa.
What, Travis?
I like Jim's furrowed brow when he was thinking about how he wanted
I
his
know.
burger.
I was considering it.
Yeah.
I mean, I typically will go with a well.
Let's go back and look at that.
Yeah.
I would like to see. 'Cause- Jim,
I
were
was
you-
considering.
Were you acting?
No, I was actually considering
like a
what
little
I wanted.
acting.
Maybe a little. I wasn't sure because I knew what I was in.
I thought you nailed it.
Right.
Phil.
Because you probably thought about it beforehand, but you're portraying somebody who's just walked into a bar.
Medium.
What would this is what Jim was thinking. What would my character order?
Yeah.
You know?
Before her eyes, and she doesn't even know it.
Yeah, let me get a classic burger.
How do you want it cooked?
Medium.
Medium. Just considering.
Yeah,
considering carefully.
Like, is that possible?
Hmm.
Do you do medium?
And this is my character casually ordering things. I was very nervous because I don't order a lot of this stuff very often, so I was afraid I was doing it wrong. So I wanted to come across as casual as possible.
Also get the beef on wet.
So their food order
That's
is
cash.
in. I'm going to time
Thanks,
this.
man. Did you? Were you like, oh, you must order that all
Yeah, I
the
wish
time?
the camera was a little closer to you.
How long this takes. Okay, here we go. Those are doggy walking bags.
The pooper scooper bags.
It looks that way, but they're certainly not food service bags.
Oof.
Should the sauerkraut look like a hash brown?
So obviously that brown is what was cooked on there 100 times before that in that spot. You got all kinds of stuff in that sauerkraut.
How long does the food usually take?
So there's nothing up there.
I looked really bad from the side.
Nana wanted her food.
And Nana was hungry.
How long does the food usually take?
It's a very fair question in an establishment. You're not just paying for food, you're paying for service.
I like
Especially
that
when it's medium.
they brought us in, and they just were like, we just need them. We're going to use the lines where they just do like the facts. We need them figuring out how long the food's going to take. So they took the Jim line where he goes, how long does the food take?
Yeah, because there was a lot of, we talked for a little bit and criticized it, but you know.
Yeah, we had a back and forth with the
bartender.
other, the
And
bartender.
a lot of the customers.
Remember all the other
really?
customers? Because we got the other customers to shit on the bar.
Oh yeah, one guy was like really unhappy.
Yeah. Remember what one
Two guys almost started a fight.
They
They
got
were
in a
arguing.
fight while we were waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, these two guys got in a fight, and like one of them walked out.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here with this.
Just drinking with you. Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's what you want to see.
Oh my God, I would
yeah.
love to have fucking had someone just take a mug and crack it over someone's head. Fucking violent murder.
Right now, Al, how far are we in?
We're at 16 minutes and 51 seconds, John.
Food should have been out 4 minutes ago.
I'm sure the food will be here shortly.
That dirty crowd.
They really did portray you as like
an old lady.
An old lady, a concerned grandmama.
Yeah, but these are just little clips. I mean, they edit these things, so.
You guys know. My stomach is rumbling. I'm sure the food will be here shortly.
Like Sam's not even paying attention to you when you say that.
But I literally
looking the other way.
Like I wasn't asking
I
you.
couldn't look like a less funny person than I am in this clip. The food will be here shortly, I hope.
They cut out all your jokes.
Would you eat that out? Look at the color of that.
29 minutes, Vic, and they still don't have the same order.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was a long time.
Okay,
Yeah,
here
it
we
was.
go.
My
And then they
comment
bring
was in to-go stuff.
Yeah, they bring everything in to-go boxes because at a smoking bar, you're not allowed to serve food. So their workaround is the kitchen is actually in the building next door. So they have to walk out of the bar to the kitchen next door, and it's a different building. They have to go outside and into the next door. Then they cook the food. Then they have to put the food in to-go boxes. So technically, you're ordering food from the restaurant
To go.
next door to
Right.
go.
Oh.
And
That's smart, actually.
and so everything has to be eaten in these to-go boxes. So we ordered like 4 or 5 things.
Yeah.
Not on our dime. We're gonna try everything, and so we just had a pile of like styrofoam to-go boxes in front of us.
The smoking was making me sick.
Although what they
It
said,
is gross.
what the clientele at the bar said is nobody orders the food here. They said we just buy McDonald's, and then we would just bring the
They
McDonald's.
let you
in
bring
here.
your own food in.
Yeah, because you have to be able to. Technically, if you want to use this loophole,
Yeah.
it's not like you can say, well, we only allow food from that restaurant.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh,
so
right.
they go like, okay, well, I'm bringing Wendy's then.
Yeah.
Well, it's always going to be good then.
Yeah. You should know what you're getting, Joe.
Yeah.
You made a good point. Thank you very much.
How is it?
I don't love it. It's not easy to handle.
What is that?
That's that mushy Reuben, man.
Oh my God! Look at how shiny my hand is.
Yeah, that's just grease. I'm not trying to be difficult, but this tastes like well done. I asked for medium.
Look at this.
They really did just make you into an old lady.
But I did request. I mean,
You did. You put a lot of thought into it.
The footage shows.
Yeah.
I did ask.
Yeah, no, the original. You asked for medium.
I asked for medium.
And that was a
I
little bit
really
more-
contemplated what I wanted.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you asked well done. You're like, let's go to the tea.
Complete failure, right? 28 minutes to get the food. It's either undercooked, overcooked, not seasoned properly, but it's not right. So they're not taking care of anything, but yet Doreen's life is going down the frickin' drain right now. And none of them are doing anything about it. Vic, until now, I'm gonna go in and get them doing something about it.
I wonder how many takes that is. There's probably a couple of those.
You think so?
He makes it sound like he's going off to war.
Yeah, he really
He's
does.
walking into a Tampa
like a guy
bar.
is beating like a guy is punching into a stroller. I'm gonna stop it.
All right, you want to see him going in and having us let Doreen know
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
things went awry?
Didn't you feel bad for her? She seems so
Dude,
nice.
She was sitting there like literally. This lady she's not faking. When she came over to us, her eyes were welled up with tears. She was like quivering.
Oh no.
Like, and he
she
played
didn't,
us
she
up.
didn't realize she was gonna meet a celebrity.
Right.
Oh yeah.
He played us up
happens.
to be these highly influential
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
who have between 30 million and they won't tell us how many listeners.
Yes,
Yeah.
somewhere between 0 and 30 million.
Too many to count.
Yeah. and she's sitting there like shaking. Like I go, well, this sandwich was super greasy. Look at my hands, and she's like, oh no, no.
Oh, Doreen.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough looking at Doreen. I was like, wait a minute. Because I was sitting there going like, shit all over everything. And then I looked at this woman and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, this is real life.
Yeah.
This is this lady's life.
This is really her bar. This is her place, and she
Yeah.
really cares about it. Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm still going to shit all over everything, but still. Now
but the
I'm
food
just-
legitimately was shitty. It was easy. You didn't have to lie about it. They did get the orders wrong. It did take too long, and the food wasn't good.
No, they didn't even show. We also ordered wings. And the wings were like, they tasted like they were microwaved and they were just sitting in a puddle of sauce.
Yeah, we ordered a lot of food.
Disgusting.
If they need, oh my God. John came through the door and I was terrified. I thought he is going to find me out as being a loser.
Doreen?
And I didn't even see him, by the way, walk in the door or any of this.
They just kind of came up behind us.
Yeah, we didn't know he was there until Taffer and this lady walks over and we're like, oh my God, this is happening. And then they got pissed.
Oh boy.
I'm John.
I know who you are.
You're in big trouble, aren't you? Okay, should we go talk? Okay, come on. I want you to meet a couple of friends of mine, okay? Jim and Sam are dear friends of mine.
True.
They have one of the biggest shows on Sirius Radio. Share with Doreen.
Okay, that's the editing mark where they took out
Jim's
Jim
honest
being
answer.
A no-selling ass.
I can't help it. Honesty's the best policy.
It is the best policy.
Why was she not crying after she found out about your listeners?
She was laughing. How bad I was at that.
Yeah, I mean, don't you like have to pitch things and?
Why do you think I don't have any show? I have a script that is legitimately funny, but I can't pitch it.
Yeah,
I'm a terrible salesperson.
We're worried you may have a limited audience. No, that's a good point.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
When I used to sell, when I was a kid, and when the USA Today was first a newspaper, I was probably 12, and some guy hired us to sell. You got $1 for every subscription you could sell, and I would go door to door trying to sell the USA Today.
Mm-hmm.
And my pitch was, "Hi, you don't want to buy a paper, do you?" I'll never forget that.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, and
That's the same way you ask girls out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't want to go out with me, do you? Yes, it's always a negative.
And what is the answer always?
No. I had a guy last night. I was at the cellar and we were talking, and he was very nice. And he goes, "You don't want to do a selfie, do you?" And I almost said nah, but because he led me into it with the name. It was really weird. And I thought of that after he left. I was like, "Yeah, of course, man." But my instinct was to go no, just because he said you don't want to, like the suggestion that I didn't want to.
Yeah, you realize.
You don't even realize it.
You're making it easy to say no.
But I didn't want to say no. I don't mind taking a selfie.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, fuck, he almost let me off the hook. He was just like, you don't want to take one. And it was like almost in an effort to agree with the person.
Right. You're almost being polite by going,
no.
yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
I was like, I took one, but.
You got to sell it better. You can be like, this selfie is going to be so awesome, you're going to come.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot, Joe.
Yeah. Maybe I oversold it a little
You
bit.
did. That was a lot. But
yeah, that was the edit point.
That was the moment, because John probably goes like, "What? How did Jim get to where he's at?" I mean, you sell tickets for a living.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I don't lie about ticket counts. I don't lie. If they're great, they're great. If they're not, they're not. But I don't go in there and pretend it's sold out if it's not.
I guess that's how you know you're really funny. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't convince people to go to your comedy. You wouldn't be able to convince people to go to your comedy show.
I'm a terrible
any other way.
convincer.
Hardly anyone goes to mine.
Right, and that's how you know you're not funny.
That's another way to gauge your funniness.
I just figure I'm only a conduit for the gift.
Right.
I see.
It channels through you. You were chosen.
Joe, I didn't want to say it like that.
No, that's very humble.
All right. Let's
By the
go.
way, I hate when people compliment someone. You ever see someone, they get a compliment like, "Yeah, you're really funny," and they do the fucking hands clasp bow?
The double prayer.
Oh my God.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know who
Say
does,
thank you.
You know who does that every single time? Hot dog.
No, he doesn't.
The mysterious hot dog. He always does this is his thank
The
you.
fake bow with the hands in prayer
that's a
form.
lot.
Yeah,
Just say thanks, you fucking socially awkward idiots.
He does it every time. Every single time.
It doesn't have to be a life-altering moment.
No.
Dude, I open the door, like I hold the door open for him, and he just goes, uh-huh. Like he doesn't. He just kind of goes like,
Because people don't know how to say thank you. It doesn't feel like enough for them, so they want to show reverence.
It's also,
Stop it.
I think it's people who emotionally just have trouble.
Yeah, and they're living through emojis. The emoji is the hands clasp.
Exactly. It's easier to do this than to actually express gratitude.
But also, it's that fake spirituality thing.
Yeah, it
where
is.
it's like,
Namaste.
Yeah, namaste.
Shut up.
Yeah, I yell at him every time he does it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
should.
stupid.
I put it in a negative. I'm like, you don't want me to thank you.
You don't want. You want? Yeah, you're not welcome, are you?
Let's just go about our day.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
See what the salesman says.
Yeah.
To know what you felt coming here. Why didn't you eat this?
It just didn't taste fresh.
Greatest line of the whole show. Best line of the whole
The
show.
next Subway guy.
Yeah. It really. I hated to tell Doreen that.
Right. Well,
She was very nice.
I'm getting a vibe from her that's very nice.
Yeah, I felt bad for her because she was like, you know, it's easy when you're watching someone on TV to go, asshole, but when they come over and you can see like she was shaking and she was upset, and you're like, oh.
She genuinely cared.
Nice lady.
Yes.
Just a nice lady.
That's the thing about Jim. Like, he will, at this point in his life, put those feelings over a TV show. Like you're like, I'm doing a TV show here, but this lady is hurting.
I can't.
And unfortunately for her, and at my position in life, I go like, I get it, you're upset, lady, but we got to make some TV here. Let's go. This thing fucking sucks.
Yeah, I had to be gentle.
Yeah,
I think that's the way I would have played it.
gentle.
Yeah. I would have felt bad for her. But then again, back in your head, you're like, well, do you eat here? And her answer, there's no way. She's like, oh, yeah, I have that filthy Reuben every day.
No, this was literally the moment that I threw the bartender under the bus and just made it even worse. Like, yeah, the bartender told me this sandwich wasn't good.
And I said he tried to sell me kitty porn. I made that up. I made it up. I figured that would be great TV. Try to sell me kitty porn. They didn't use it, though.
Yeah.
That's good TV.
Because they didn't hear it.
Yeah.
It's called a yes and.
I made it up.
They cut the part where you bought it too.
See this?
This is pretty bad.
I watched him make this. The entire sandwich.
See, he's
Look at this.
how he's just handling
the whole
it.
thing. John puts his hands all in it.
You could make any sandwich look gross though if you like scoop it up and.
Yeah, but did you hear?
That is true. No matter, you can make any sandwich looks disgusting when you put your fingers in it.
But I said as I was giving it to her, this is pretty bad. That way it's bad.
Yeah. You did. You indicated.
Yeah.
That's the way it usually works in TV. My God, I'm angry.
Is a complete mess. So the fact of the matter is, you guys came here, you tried to get a beer, that wouldn't work. You tried to get a burger, you tried to get a Reuben sandwich, nothing worked. This cannot happen. Okay, let's go talk.
See,
It was horrible.
they cut my line there.
What was your line?
I called her a cunt.
Listen to her.
Decent, and it's not. I was afraid he was going to throw it on the floor. It belonged in the garbage.
But
poor Doreen.
She's Doreen, poor Doreen. And do you see them walking away from us? Like, you see how we're still sitting there and they're walking away?
Yeah.
That's not like a set-up shot where then they come and they're like, okay, we need to do the walk
Yeah, they
away.
just left us there.
They left us.
If we didn't get up, we'd still be sitting there with mics on.
Yeah. They just left us there and everybody's just staring at us, and the people who we were making friends with some other people at the bar and like talking about local stuff, and everybody felt lied to.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
They thought the whole thing was just a ruse and a put on to make them look foolish.
You've never had an amber back before in your life.
Yeah, we told them we were just down there to visit the Epstein mansion. It's February.
Yeah, it's before all this.
Yeah, exactly. We had a bag of toys.
But yeah, that's it. That's what solidified us as bar experts. Two guys who know bars.
That's right.
Yeah. And then
fresh.
And is that the end? Is there more?
That's it.
Then what about when the lady called you a dickhead in the parking lot?
They didn't use
they
any
don't
of it.
show that.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah,
man.
they didn't use any. I mean, they just let the clientele be. I think they don't want it to seem like the people at the bar were mad at us.
Yeah.
Because they don't want people at home to be like, oh, there's all these people that like this bar.
Yeah.
Right, good point.
Oh,
let me see. John shows the updated bar. We don't have to watch the whole thing.
Oh, you want to see how he changed it?
What do you mean she calls out customers? What does she
Can I
have?
make one little observation about the bar?
Sure.
It's a Buffalo-themed bar.
It is.
Yeah.
Right? Buffalo City Bar.
It's from Buffalo, New York, right? Western New York is where they had that, what's it called? The beef weck.
The
beef
weck.
on
Oh,
whack.
right. But doesn't it seem like an odd... I love Buffalo. When I was a kid, we would go, because I grew up near there, we'd go to Buffalo all the time. I had kind of a boring childhood, but...
Yeah,
no one's ever said those words in a row. I love Buffalo.
But it seems like an odd theme for a... Like, if you were going to pick any city...
Nobody in Tampa knows anything about Buffalo.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
it's like
100%
wings.
right. Like,
What's that?
If it was like a wing specialty, I could see it.
The
Maybe
wings sucked.
Buffalo. They were terrible.
They were horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
What inspired Doreen to...
She's probably from Buffalo.
Bro,
I'm guessing.
I didn't make the show. I was a spy.
But I feel like that would be a question you want to... Is it still a Buffalo-themed restaurant?
We don't know. I've
okay.
never seen this.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was her dad.
Oh, her dad.
Her dad started the bar. He's from Buffalo. He came down,
Uh-huh.
and it was a Buffalo-themed...
Somebody watched your boys on Bar Rescue.
Of course I did.
I want to
my guy.
see her calling out customers.
Did you think it was funny?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed that you guys weren't in there enough. I think.
Yeah, they could have done the whole episode with us.
I was
We're
kinda
bar
hoping-
experts.
I was
We
kinda-
know bars.
I was hoping you guys were going to come back when they redid it, and
No,
See,
we
they-
fucking got on a plane and left.
They, yeah, they did. I think I overdid it a little bit. I faked a heart attack.
How long did they take to actually redo it?
We don't know.
It is a legit 3 days.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, yeah, it takes 3 days. So the next, or maybe it's 4 days, because the next night they were going to do the stress test where they just pile a whole bunch of people in there and they watch the bar function normally. And then I think after the stress test, they take 48 hours, I think, to redo it.
Wow, that's pretty impressive because they do some major changes sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. We could see the changes.
I want to see her calling out her customers.
Oh, okay.
How does she call them out?
I want you to get angry. They're robbing you.
And I need to see you take control of this bar and show some desire.
She's wearing the
to
same
make
sweater,
this
so I
work.
think this is the same night. Maybe we'll recognize some of the customers.
Oh, I hope so. She
of
starts
your
calling
boys.
them out. You're a racist.
Doreen, that's not it, Doreen.
Yeah.
You get angry?
I'm gonna get angry.
Okay, get mad.
Okay.
Doreen seems ready to take back control of her business, but now I want to see if she gets angry and aggressive and takes control of her staff.
He sat here for a half an hour with a beer like that. You
Hey,
should
pause.
offer him something.
This is not. Do you know why I sat there that long with a beer like that?
You don't drink?
Yeah. I didn't tell him.
Yeah, we saw that man, that bar expert, dab this to his lips. Christ got a better drink of vinegar on the cross.
We were becoming friends with that bartender. We really fucked him, huh?
You fucking literally just dabbed your little lips on it.
I did. And then I ratted him out.
Hey, you did.
Yeah, I really played that poor bartender for a fool.
That is a terrible tattoo on his forearm as well. It's like just the ink exploded.
It's very Tampa. It's very Tampa.
It looks like a bed frame, like one I had. All right, what does Doreen say?
Yeah,
She looks
rewind
like
just-
Ozzy in 1985.
Yeah.
She gets angry and aggressive and takes control of her staff.
He sat here for a half an hour with a beer like that. You should have offered him something else to drink and taken this and dump it. I am freaking angry that they stole $92,000 worth of liquor from me in this year. My bartenders have given away $92,000 worth of my liquor. Don't blame them.
That lady hated us.
Oh, she's the one that yelled at us.
She's
isn't
the
she?
one who yelled at us.
She
That
was
lady
hot.
fucking hated
Don't
us.
you blame them?
Yeah.
Where was that? Where did she yell at you guys?
Right.
In the parking lot.
First, she yelled at us in the bar when we walked
When
in.
we did the walk back
She's
in,
the
yeah.
one that yelled at us when we walked in
I
the
love
bar.
her.
Oh, you're back. And then after this, I think that she must get it. She stormed out.
Look at this guy on the left. That's every other guy in Mississippi burning.
This lady in the flowered blouse hated Jim Norton and Sam
She
Roberts.
seems to have a lot of hate in
She
general.
does. I love her.
Yeah,
She's
I
my
do too.
speed.
She drank a lot of that $92,000.
She did. Yeah, she's our best.
You know, she's.
Yeah, Jim and I were like feverishly giggling at everybody yelling at us. Like I really thought she might try to get into a fight with
physical
us. Yeah.
altercation.
In here. It's leaving in your glasses because you're drinking for free. This is what it is. This is what my customers are. They have no respect for me whatsoever. None. I might as well throw people out of here. What do you think of that?
She gave her the finger.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's why she was so hot under the collar.
She's pissed at
She got
us
thrown
and
out of her
Doreen.
local watering hole. Oh, no, look at this guy. Jerry Sandusky's having a beer.
Get out. How about that, honey? You're going to scream at me at my own bar? Yeah. What the
This literally looks like they did a casting roundup and said we need 20 of the ugliest human beings in the country.
She wouldn't like to hear that.
No, she's actually the hottest one there. I love her. She's fiery.
She is fiery.
Yeah.
You think she would have fought us?
You know how mad she'd get at my dick if it didn't work?
Do you think it would?
No.
This definitely looks like Tampa clientele.
Oh, it was. It was.
shoots?
See, all this stuff is legit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every ounce of what happened there, that was all for real.
So where were you guys at this point?
We had left. But
So
I remember
yeah.
when this was happening, we were there it was in this strip mall. It was the bar, and then next door was the restaurant where the kitchen for the bar was.
Yeah.
And then next door to that was this vacant store that they put blackout windows over, and that was the quote unquote production office.
Okay.
So we were either in the production office or we were kind of just hanging out outside on the sidewalk. There's a lot of waiting because Taffer kind of calls it on the field. You know what I mean? He just lets it happen and figures out what he's going to do. So we waited around for a while, but while we were waiting is when that altercation happened. I didn't realize it was between her and Doreen.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Let's go to John shows the updated bar.
Oh, do you want to see Chef Bob getting yelled at for the sauerkraut?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Because, let's go to clip 5 because that was my sauerkraut that I was talking about how greasy it was.
Yeah.
I know, I almost did, but I corrected myself, so it's not even worth pointing out. You know?
Yeah.
You know, it was
I heard the yell.
Oh, really?
It just didn't taste fresh.
You fucking dirtbag scumbag.
What's your name?
They call me Bob.
How long have you worked here?
Well, that'll be your name.
Here.
You didn't need all that exposition.
It's not Bob?
Exactly.
Roughly 10 years.
So you work for Frank as well?
Yes, sir.
You know, I watched a sauerkraut sandwich get made last night. Sauerkraut shouldn't be browned like hash browns.
Yeah.
And the sandwich then is so goddamn moist that it falls apart in the customer's hand. Had the sauerkraut...
He's talking about us, Jim. Yeah. We're the customers.
You were the customer. And he said it just didn't taste fresh.
That was a great
I
line.
believed him.
Could you look more Tampa than this dude?
He probably has long fingernails and a 10-inch dick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Joe, do you want is he?
Yeah. Skinny white guy with a ponytail. Forget it. He's all cock.
Yeah, I got to get a ponytail.
And squeezed and cooked. Had the grill been clean, would have been a good sandwich.
It was not all that bad.
It isn't all that bad. Is that acceptable to you?
No, it's not all that good either.
The sandwich sucked. Why would you serve something you know sucks?
Because it doesn't suck.
Did it suck?
It was overcooked.
The sandwich
Bob's
sucked.
pissed.
And you're not.
Yeah.
Bob is fucking
He's really just
pissed.
yelling at this guy who probably did 6 years.
Totally.
You know, Bob did 6 years for a vehicular homicide and wants to get up and hit him with a chair.
Yeah.
Sir, I can't respond to you in that tone when you use that tone.
Yeah, sir, I have Aryan tattoos.
That's why I love Taffer, because he doesn't just go in and yell at weak people.
No, he doesn't.
He'll yell at everybody.
He doesn't care.
Also, he's dressed like the Hamburglar right here.
Or the Joker. He opens it up and there's a bomb in it.
He really is. He's wearing a bright purple jacket.
That's his purple yellow con suit.
Are you saying John Taffer in another life could have played the Grimace?
Yeah, I believe. I don't even know if he hadn't, but yeah.
I'm just saying I'm not sure I respect his taste at this point.
Not gonna grow this business that way, are you? I had my inventory company, Sculpture Hospitality, come in here and weigh every liquor bottle.
Oh, no.
We then ran this weekend. We then weighed everything a second time at the end of the weekend. We consumed $6,598 worth of product. We actually sold $4,713 this weekend in just 2 days. We burned $1,885.
That's math.
In 2 nights. When I annualize that number, it's $92,000 a year.
Oh, boy.
Crazy.
You're giving away a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And cooking
they're
bad
pouring
sauerkraut.
too much liquor because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. You want to see the new bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the sign was even fucked up, wasn't it?
Yeah, the lettering was off. I think the
hope they
word
fixed
bar was not lit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still fucked up.
No, it's lit now.
They're still missing shit.
Respect the old, but try to introduce it in a new way.
Oh, the girl's crying.
So-
Who's she? I like her. Is that Doreen's daughter?
She's hot.
She's hot.
Whose daughter is that?
That's Doreen's daughter.
She's lovely.
Wow.
Yeah.
She
is
got a
lovely.
man? Check her finger. Go back.
Yeah.
Sign I wouldn't touch, but I added BCBG to all the windows. Brought color to the street so you see it. I wanted people to see how big it is. Look at all those red windows. I wanted to put in call to actions, music, games, hot sandwiches. I got T-squared custom signs to work on this all night long to get this done. What do you think?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, she's cute. Her daughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Doreen would love me as a son-in-law.
I think she would. Yeah.
Is it fresh enough? It'd be a running joke in the family forever.
Medium.
I actually believe it's her niece, not her daughter.
Even better.
Oh, really?
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a lovely lady.
Yeah, I should have taken her out.
You didn't have the option, man.
Yeah.
There's only one thing left, is there?
Yeah.
You ready to see it?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see it. Okay. Looks a lot more modern, more.
It looks much nicer.
classier.
It does.
They have purple lighting.
Yeah, a little metallic flair to a lot of the stuff.
That's buffalo purple.
Bob has
I see. Bob is still around. And there's a portrait to her dad.
Oh, that's nice.
She's crying again. This woman does not
She
stop
likes
crying.
to cry. And here's a giant box of tissues for Doreen. Oh, the niece is cute.
Yeah, she's.
They're nice people.
Now, here's the thing.
Good for them.
It's not the end.
Oh, that's awesome. Are they still allowed to smoke though?
It was a smoking bar. So.
I know, but you'd hope they go non-smoking.
The thing that we found out at the end of all this, Doreen sold the bar.
Oh, she sold it.
She sold it.
Okay.
And it has since closed.
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe they.
That's what I was informed. Is that right, Travis? Is that information that you received?
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
I don't know.
Business
Probably
is
so
slow.
successful.
Well, let me see the new. Let me see the new.
They went back to
walkthrough.
the old way of making sauerkraut sandwiches.
They offered her $500,000 for it.
Who did?
He hired somebody to offer for the business. They could buy for $500,000, or she could keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So she obviously
She went for the $500,000.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Oh, and
Good
then
for her.
I wanted.
And then, yeah, apparently Travis said that he has family around the area, and they go, "Oh, I know that bar. It closed." Which is
really?
wild because we were just. I mean, February is when this all happened.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's been sold and closed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they offer $500,000 for it, and I wonder if the building is owned or no. Are they just leasing the building?
Man, what am I, a real estate agent?
Might as well be.
What type of question is that?
Because why would you just sell it and then close the bar?
Yeah.
Either you didn't make the money or you only wanted it for the real estate, or maybe they want to flip it and do something totally different with that space.
She was in a lot of debt with it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A crazy amount of debt.
I wonder if they bought out the debt and then they were like, "This isn't happening."
Yeah, I think there's a clip here.
Where's the niece?
John tells.
Yeah,
Doreen
yeah.
to
Where's
get
the
Get the niece. Where is she?
Get the niece.
I'll talk to her.
Let's talk to her. Let's talk to
Yeah.
Doreen's niece about this.
Do you want to watch the walkthrough, or do
yeah,
you want
yeah,
to talk
definitely.
about selling the bar?
Oh, talks about well, which is first?
I mean, the walkthrough's the end. We just saw the end already.
Yeah.
We saw the reveal. So it's over.
I want to see the niece again.
Yep.
That's really-
I want to see the walk through the back of the bar. What
Okay,
if they
we'll
did to
do
it?
the walk.
Bob, talk to me. We doing okay? No pressure?
Oh, that's
No
the stress
pressure.
test?
No pressure.
No,
at
this is
all.
the end.
No,
Oh, this
it's
is the
a different guy. I'm excited. John was awesome.
Wearing a
kicking the butt.
boy, that fucking shirt and tie. The minute John was on the plane, that shirt and tie went in the
that was-
garbage.
yeah, absolutely.
That was his court tie.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's go, Buffalo St. Pete.
You're looking amazing, man. You are inspiring the hell out of me right now. Overall, you see the atmosphere has just changed. I mean, granted, yes, the bar looks completely different and it looks phenomenal, but the biggest thing is...
Oh, I hate that they're all having fun toasting.
Of course they are. Everybody's
I
happy
hate
now.
when people toast.
Bro, Taffer came to town and made everybody happy. That's the way the show works. Except the best episodes are the ones where he walks out without fixing it.
Yeah, that's
Those
good.
are the fucking... They're amazing.
What's the BC mean? Buffalo?
Buffalo City Bar
Or
and Grill.
City?
Yeah.
Yeah.
B-City, baby.
BCBG. But you might, hopefully you don't read it the other way in BBC.
You stupid fucking...
Yeah, no, I think it's a play on CBGB.
Oh.
Yeah, not BBC.
What would the G be?
CBGBs?
No, if it was BBC.
For you, good.
Oh, I didn't think.
British Broadcasting Corporation?
No, it was just bombing at this point.
Yeah. You know what we could do?
Isn't it freeing sometimes just when you
To just
realize
keep
you're
going?
bombing?
Yeah. Mackie, this is another
Phil?
question for you.
A good bomb sometimes is really cleansing.
Like,
It
I'm
is.
glad I got that out of my system.
It does wake you up. It's invigorating.
It's a really weird thing
I'm alive.
Yeah.
When you're bombing in front of people.
You do feel so alive when you come off stage. It's like it's like a polar bear swim.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It can be it sucks when it happens for a long period of time. Like I haven't bombed
Years?
in a headline set.
Oh.
Yeah, like a decade.
But when I've had some headline sets that were like, ugh. Like when you know that they're not your crowd.
Yeah.
And you're like, that one should have worked.
Yeah.
3 minutes and you're like, my A is getting a D right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I got a long time to go.
I know.
Is there like a joke like early on that you're like, if this one didn't work, it's going to be a long night?
There are certain times you'll open a certain way, but you know you can go to this and go to that to take the crowd to do exactly what you want them to do.
Right.
So when the little thing you're experimenting with doesn't work and you only go to this, oh no.
Yeah.
That's bombing.
Yeah.
Or you look down, you realize you've done like 20 minutes of material and you're at like 8 minutes.
Yeah. And you got to start playing with the crowd. Usually you can get them by talking to the crowd and segueing into a bit and they think you're just making it. But yeah, that's the fucking work. When you're grabbing for something you know works. Like that's one of your fucking, all right, this is when I'm gonna get a big laugh here. I know that this is.
Yeah.
And it gets a tentative or a titter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's brutal.
That's awesome.
I hate it.
We should break.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys were here for that.
I'm going to BCBG. It's
Oh,
open.
cool.
Oh, it is open.
Yeah. Travis is dumb.
Travis.
Your family is dumb.
Travis, you are no wonder.
What a dumb family.
You know what? Whichever way your mom went, that's the way everybody should have gone. Your mom's the only one with a brain in her head.
I think I got wrong information.
You think
you
so?
sure did.
Want more Jim and Sam? Catch up with full episodes and interviews from celebrity guests anytime on demand using the SiriusXM app.